How to get over divorce due to infidelity. It feels like the foundation of your life has been shattered. You might even begin to question your worth, your values, and everything you thought you knew and believed.
I can't believe I have to know you forever!
So how do you get over that? Mended Light is all about healing from trauma so you can feel safe, whole, and worthy of love. Thank you for joining us, and remember to subscribe and click the bell to be sure you don't miss a thing. How do you get over a divorce because of the deep personal betrayal of infidelity? There are no textbook answers. Everyone is going to have to find their own healing journey, but here's some guidelines to support you on your path. You will have the opportunity to learn how to separate your worth as a person from their actions. So often, our identity as a person is tied to our spouse, our work, our accomplishments, our children, our family, or a dozen other things. When you are betrayed by a spouse, it so often shakes the foundation of how you see yourself and who you believe you are.
You're being so much like your father.
Along with your identity, you might associate your value and worth as a person to their actions. And when you have been betrayed in such an intimate way, it is easy to fall into the trap that their choices are a reflection of you, your value, and your worth. This is simply not the case. There are 2 times when another person's actions are 100% their responsibility. When it comes to abuse, any kind of abuse, and infidelity. I understand that there may have been problems in the marriage. There are dozens of other options besides being unfaithful. They could have gotten help, seen a counselor, talked to a friend, filed for divorce. When an affair is chosen instead, the person having the affair is responsible for their actions. If you have felt at times that betrayal must be a reflection on who you are as a partner or a spouse, this is not so. When these false beliefs come up for you, recognize them. Let those feelings come to the light of day. I understand that may be painful and counterintuitive, but our deepest fears lose their bite when they are met by light.
Oh my God, wow.
If you want more information about how to release or clear false beliefs, check out our video, Learn How to Release Trauma. To sum this concept up, do not judge yourself by the way another person treats you. Guideline 2 is allow yourself to grieve. There's grief that comes from divorce, even if it's the right thing. Even if you know that it is for the best, there is still grief. The reality is, no one ever gets married to later get divorced. The grief of what you thought you had, the grief of your future plans, the grief of what never will be, and of what is forever changed. All these different types of grief mixed with anger, confusion, and hurt come bubbling up. And sometimes you see the grief coming and you can gather your tissue, a blanket, and cry in bed. And other times it's like a sucker punch to the gut. The sucker punch grief may be triggered by a song, a memory, or something else. Give yourself the time and space to grieve. Give yourself the compassion and understanding as you go through this huge life swerve that you did not want or ask for. By grieving regularly, you are able to move through the pain of this experience with grace and understanding for yourself. I've heard Jonathan compare grieving to having regular bowel movements. What happens when you are constipated and holding a bunch of crap in? Not good things.
Angry, not constipated.
The same is true for our emotions. We need to regularly release the crap to be healthy emotionally. Guideline number 3, accept that the uncomfortable is going to be hard. Understand that even though this may be the best thing for you, there are going to be uncomfortable days and moments. You are experiencing a lot of change.
Things change. People change. Hairstyles change.
Many unknowns, and that is uncomfortable. Going through huge life changes is uncomfortable. Experiencing so much discomfort is hard. Something I want you to remember when you are going through uncomfortable experiences that you know are the right decision for you is that sometimes we have to do the hard things now so the future is easier. The hard thing to do now may be to move forward with the divorce. But doing the hard things now make your future easier, and it gives you the life you really want, instead of settling, staying stuck in the pain of betrayal. Conversely, for today or this moment, it could be more comfortable to stay and just do what you have always done. At least you know what that life looks like. It may be easier for today to stay, to ignore the pain. But doing the easier thing for today eventually leads to a harder, more uncomfortable tomorrow in a life and a relationship that you don't actually want. So recognize there is going to be change, unknowns, discomfort, and that this is probably going to be hard. When those hard moments pop up, remind yourself of your why.
Why?
Why is this the best decision for you, for your family, and for your future? Celebrate your why to get you through the hard days. And if you need to call a friend to cry on their shoulder while eating Haagen-Dazs, that is okay.
Okay, will do.
So we've covered that it is probably at times going to be hard, uncomfortable, and there's going to be grief. To counterbalance all the heavy, guideline number 4, do the things that bring you joy and light your soul on fire. If you are like many spouses or partners who have lost themselves in the busy day-to-day necessities of life and taking care of others, take some time to nurture and care for the soulful part of you. Do the things you used to love, but somehow, somewhere along the way became less important. If you don't remember what those things are, try out something new until you discover what you are passionate about. Anything that is a form of self-expression or movement is incredibly healing, whether it's painting, drawing, photography, any form of dance, yoga, swimming, tennis, or something else.
That's nice.
For me, I love painting with acrylics, surfing, and almost any form of dancing, but especially swing dancing. Find the things that spark joy and light in your life and incorporate those activities as part of your self-care. I hope through this experience you learn to love yourself so much that you forgive yourself for all those times you didn't. During this journey of letting go and learning where you fit in your new reality, redefine your sense of self in a healthy way. When challenging, traumatic circumstances happen in our life, it becomes a catalyst for change.
Don't change.
I change.
What kind of change is entirely up to you. It is pressure that turns coal into diamonds, and that same can be true for you. Consider your daily self-talk. Is it nurturing, supportive, and uplifting? Are you telling yourself all the ways you could do more or you could be better? Are you telling yourself all the reasons you are unworthy of love or not good enough? I am going to challenge you to create a mothering voice inside of you that is so accepting and supportive that it feels like all the love you need in the world is already inside of you. I know this is something that I had to change in my own life, and it took time. What helped me is to think of one of my children and imagine that they were going through the exact same thing that I was experiencing. What would I say to them? How would I treat them? What comforting words of understanding, love, and acceptance would I give them? Then I give those words to myself. Sometimes I even put my hands over my heart as I give myself love and understanding that I am truly needing. The most profound personal growth does not happen while reading a book or meditating. It happens in the midst of conflict, when you are angry, afraid, or frustrated. It happens when you are doing the same thing you have always done, and suddenly you realize you have a choice. Choose you, your growth, and happiness. If you are enjoying this video, and even if you're not, check out our Married to a Therapist playlist for so much more goodness. And will you do me a favor? If this video has been helpful for you, will you share it with those you know and love that are experiencing these same challenges? Also, subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any Mended Light goodness. Just because no one else can heal or do your inner work for you doesn't mean that you can, should, or need to do it alone. You have a community and a place to belong with Mended Light. Thank you for joining us, and remember to keep shining. We need your light. Okay, I'm gonna help you out. See that mouse? Hover over the next video and click. You got this.